Arsenal wants Ricardo Calafiori's medical to be booked in the next few days. Williams is another player being linked to the Gunners. Manchester United on the verge of making 3 possible signings. Jared Branthwaite, the bid was rejected, but United are set to go back in. Joshua Zirkzee and De Ligt are very, very close to a move to Manchester United. And where will Eberechi Eze end up? Man United, Tottenham, and Arsenal. According to reports, Tottenham are in the driving seat. If you're new to the channel, please do go down, hit that subscribe button. More than 80% of everyone who watched the last 2 videos were not subscribed, so please do go down and subscribe. We are 850 subscribers off of 10,000, trying to hit that this month, so big up to every single one of you. Make sure you go down, as always, and drop a like on the video. If we can hit 500, that would be absolutely fantastic. Now, according to the Standard, Arsenal want Ricardo Calafiori medical to be booked this week. Now, Fabrizio Romano has come out on numerous occasions and said personal terms are not an issue. He wants a move to North London, to the bad side of North London, in my opinion. Arsenal hope to schedule Ricardo Calafiori's medical this week as they want to rush through a £42 million deal for Bologna defender. According to The Guardian, the Gunners want to get a versatile centre-back on the books. They jet off to the United States for a pre-season tour, which I believe is very, 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 very soon. Their pre-season tour starts. Progress continues to be made in talks, and there is a belief a move could rubber stamped within the next few days. I think the deal probably will happen before Friday. It's a very, 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 very good signing. Very good signing for Arsenal, in my opinion. I've spoken about this on a number of occasions. What he's going to add to Arsenal in terms of that left-hand side now. They've got someone to come in and slot down on that position. It makes absolutely perfect sense. If you're an Arsenal fan, you should be, very, very, very happy on this signing. Now it opens up the door for Ricardo Calafiori to slot that left-back position. Also opens up the door for a Gvardiol who is being linked to a move to the likes of Juventus. But also, is it the wrong Man United? Sorry, not Man United. Is it the wrong Arsenal player leaving? Lots of fans want the likes of Alexander Zinchenko to leave. Is that the right signing for Juventus as well? I think, Gvardiol has obviously got experience in Serie A. He's a good defensive player who can play a number of positions across the back line. I think it makes sense. And for Arsenal, it gets money back in the books and you can recuperate some of that Ricardo Calafiori deal. Now, Arsenal set for Nico Williams talks. Arsenal are set to hold talks with Nico Williams' camp over signing the Spanish winger. By the way, the most exciting player alongside Lamine Yamal at this Euros. He is an unbelievable winger who's got blistering pace, has got flair, can take his player on, can go both on the left, on the right. He's got creativity to his game. Athletic Club are powerless to stop a 21-year-old from leaving for a $53 million due to a release clause in his contract. Court of Side claim PSG have already discussed signing Williams with his entourage, and talks will be placed soon with Arsenal and Barcelona. Wow. President Joan Laporta of Barcelona yesterday stated his club can afford the deal despite the financial issues, with now reporting that Ansu Fati and Rafinha will be sold to raise adequate funds. So, look, Rafinha's also another player who's been linked to a move to the likes of Arsenal. I'm actually a fan of Rafinha. I think he's a good player. I think he could come in and offer real competition for the likes of Bukayo Saka. But Nico Williams genuinely would be a ridiculous signing for Arsenal. This guy is one of the most talented wingers in Europe right now. He carried, alongside his brother, Inaki Williams, Athletic Bilbao to the Copa del Rey. His record in the Copa del Rey speaks for itself. He is, one of the best, most exciting wingers in world football right now. Genuinely, for me, Tottenham have been linked, Liverpool have been linked. I would break your arm if it meant seeing him in a Spurs shirt. But Arsenal at the moment are a more attractive position probably for him. He's got 1 goal and 1 assist in the 2 games he's played in the Euros. You know, he can play on the left. He can play on the right. His main position is the left wing. He comes in my opinion, and starts ahead of Martinelli and Leandro Trossard. And not only that, it's a real selection headache for the likes of Mikel Arteta, in my opinion. You know, he's got 3 years left on his contract, does have a release clause in that contract. So, you know, it's not particularly difficult for Arsenal to kind of go in there. He's played 74 games in his career at right wing, but recently has become a left winger, playing 47. Last season, 31 games, 5 goals and 14 assists, which is just absolutely ridiculous. 6 games in the Copa del Rey, 8 GA. You know, so you got over 20 GA last season in 37 games. Just makes logical sense for Arsenal. You know, I've been saying for the longest time, they don't need an out-and-out number 9. What they need is a winger. And if you bring him in to Arsenal, for me, if they bring in a number 6, because Thomas Partey's legs are gone, and they bring in a number 6 in Williams, Arsenal will win the Premier League title. I'll go out there and say, if they get those 2 signings done, Arsenal win the Premier League. You know, that I'm absolutely, you know, convinced if they get him done, there's no stopping them. That defense is already going to be absolutely ridiculous, you know, with the likes of, you know, Calafiori, the centre-back of dreams, Gabriel and Saliba. But moving on to Manchester United, Everton have already rejected a second bid for the likes of Jared Branthwaite. You know, and it's, if you're a United fan, this is absolutely brilliant news, because they want to sign both De Ligt and they want to sign Jared Branthwaite. Everton have already rejected Man United bid for Jared Branthwaite on Monday night. As soon as they received it, £45 million plus 5 million add-ons is considered a proposal far from the price tag, as Everton see Branthwaite similar to Gvardiol. I mean, that is a little bit over the top. Gvardiol had a brilliant season for Leipzig, also had a very, very strong World Cup. Jared Branthwaite didn't get a call up to, you know, join the boys at the Euros, and has only had 1 good season for Everton. As great as a player he is, I do think that is a little bit steep, in my humble opinion. I think anything over £50 million for him, yes, I understand he's homegrown English tax and all that, but £50 million, and if they value him at the similar to Gvardiol, that's £100 million centre-back, and he's definitely not worth £100 million in my opinion. So another player that, you know, they were linked with a while ago, Man United, Jean-Claire Todibo, one of several names on the Juventus shortlist, now looks like he could be leaving for Juve. Nice have already rejected a €35 million bid from West Ham. Price tags higher. Man United are 100% out of the race, blocked by UEFA rules. So that signing is obviously doesn't look realistic for Man United now, because due to there being a player on the board at both clubs. Now, Man United consider Jared Branthwaite and Matthijs De Ligt separate deals. Everton insist on £65 to £70 million for their centre-back. De Ligt talks of buying continue, with Man United increasingly confident both players are keen on the move. De Ligt only wants Manchester United, and I think that would be 2 fantastic signings if they can get them both done for Man United. I think De Ligt, as it stands right now, I think personally, De Ligt is going to surprise a lot of people. He's a good defender who's defended in, you know, the Eredivisie, the Bundesliga, and Serie A. He obviously knows Ten Hag. This Dutch revolution is going to continue. We'll get onto Josh Zirkzee very, 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 very soon. But, you know, Jared Branthwaite, in my opinion, is not worth £100 million. I personally think that is a little bit steep. Let me know your thoughts down below on him. For me, I'm sorry. As great as you know, as great as people think he is, £100 million is just absolutely ridiculous. But for Man United, it looks like they're going to have a very, very strong window. I've been saying this for the longest time. Man United now have got footballing people at the top making footballing decisions. And it looks like Man United are, going to have a good transfer window and make steps to get back into the Champions League. And another player that they are increasingly confident in signing is Joshua Zirkzee, who Manchester United are a big fan of. They're very, very close to agreeing a fee with Bologna. And according to Man United, another bit of news, Olympique Marseille official proposal for Mason Greenwood revealed on Monday is 30 million euros plus big sell-on clause. Future sale considered crucial by Man United, and it could be around 40 to 50%. And of course, Greenwood will go 100% against to their FFP because he is a academy player. Olympique Marseille official proposal, 30 million euros and a huge sell-on clause there. So Man United are one of the most busiest clubs this transfer window with Donny van der Beek as well on the verge of joining Girona. But Man United, in my opinion, are going to have a very good transfer window in terms of incomings and outgoings. Let me know your thoughts on that if you haven't already with regards to that. And the last topic we are going to finish on is Eberechi Eze. He is linked to a number of clubs. Tottenham, Arsenal, Manchester United. Where will he end up? Now, he is under the same agency as majority of the Tottenham players, the CAA-based Limited, and like Postecoglou as well. Arsenal want him. Could he potentially go out on that left wing? I think for Arsenal, personally, the likes of Nico Williams is probably a better signing. And while we are live, actually, Fabrizio Romano has just tweeted again with regards to De Ligt. So I'll come back to Eze in one moment. He's put a Dutch flag and an arrow. So it looks like the De Ligt deal, we could get a here we go very, very, very soon. But Eberechi Eze is a fantastic player. I think that is Tottenham's main transfer target in terms of the attackers. Is it realistic? Let me know down below if you haven't already. As it stands, I don't necessarily think, of course, he played in Arsenal's academy. I don't necessarily think they'd sign him as it stands right now. However, that could all change. Man United, he could quite easily slot in that left wing position and they could move Garnacho over to the right. They're looking at selling Anthony. And Man United, in my opinion, are, they do need to strengthen that attack. Of course, they're bringing in Joshua Zirkzee, but they need more out-and-out wide players. Tottenham, it makes the most sense, not just because I'm a Tottenham fan, but because he could come in and solidify that left wing position. And when we played, the likes of Crystal Palace last season, we did give him and his family a box at the Tottenham Hotspur Stadium, and then the following day he was doing some modelling with Heung-min Son. So there's a bit of a close connection with him to some of the players. But if Arsenal come in with a higher bid, of course that release clause is £60 million, and they want 50 million of that 60 million paid up front. Let me know down below. Will Eze join Man United, Arsenal, or Tottenham? Or could he even stay at Crystal Palace? They've just sold Elise to Bayern Munich. They're a very good selling club. Plus, the likes of Adam Wharton is linked to Manchester City. Mark Gahey has had a fantastic tournament at the likes of, with England. And now we'll be back in the semi-final to face the Netherlands. And Konsa come in and did a very, very good job as well. Let me know your thoughts down below. Will Williams join Arsenal, United, Branthwaite De Ligt, and Eze linked to 5 Premier League clubs? Let me know your thoughts down below. Make sure you like. Make sure you subscribe. We are very, very close to 10K subscribers. I will see you all in the next one. Thank you for watching. I am